Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. Yeah, so it's been a while since I played and I really need to get back into how things are set up a little bit because I've been distracted playing XCOM 2, which actually I managed to finish on legendary difficulty in Iron Man mode, which I never thought I would because that was just crazy difficult. But yeah, somehow I managed it, so I'm really happy about that. But now, yeah, I kind of wanted to get back into another long form game. And after putting 100 hours into Factorio, into this specific playthrough, I was a bit burned out. And Gleba is such a different experience as well. You know, like this is not Factorio as you know it. I like it, I enjoy it, but it's also too different, I guess, in a way. So yeah, that was just a little bit hard to get into and keep motivated because I was just like distracted, and then some things on the background actually started breaking down as well. So Fulgora, we have a problem with the recycling center, and also we completely ran out of scrap over here, and I have no real way of setting this up again. Or, well, maybe I could do this with robots. Do we have robots? We do have a few. Are those logistic robots? Yes. So no construction robots, so that's a problem. And meanwhile, we also have some problems on Volcanus. In that we ran out of coal, I think, or something. I ran out of something, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. At a glance, things look okay. Lots of materials going back and forth, and actually right now I guess maybe I fixed this problem in the past. I'm not sure. That looks okay, but we do need to get to Fulgora and fix that stuff because science has also come to a standstill because we're not getting the science packs. But before we go there, we need to set up Gleba, at least with the science packs. We have not produced them yet, but we are making the stuff we need for it because if I remember correctly, they're not that difficult to make. Which is over here, pentapod eggs which we are making and bioflux which we are making. So that is perfectly fine. However, we are going to need this thing over here. So we'll have a requester chest, right? And that is going to be requesting the agricultural science packs. And let's say we want 200, I suppose. And now we just need to set that up. Now I am getting the fuel from Gleba, but the blue computer chips and the low density structures I am importing from elsewhere because setting that up here with the stuff that we have right now, that would take forever, and I have other things to do, problems to solve and so on. So we're not doing that right now. Yeah, we are going to do we're going to set up the science and then we're going to go problem solving. So we need some biochambers. And we need close access to the pentapod eggs and the bioflux. Now the bioflux is being made over here, and we are running into a problem with spoilage, apparently, which is not great. So are we not taking these out then? Like, what's going on here exactly? I'm not sure what's going on here. We need to fix this as well. So we have a ton of spoilage, right? And the spoilage should be taken out, I think. But I guess, no, it's not being taken out. So we have a bad setup for the bioflux. Alright, so we're not going to have to fix that. Let me think on what to do here. Well, I fixed that little problem just by extending this belt over here so that the nutrients only enter the bottom side of the belt, and so now I have space to output the spoilage on the top side of the belt, which is then being filtered out over here and being made into nutrients once more. So this should now be endlessly running, except, well, we do have a little bit of a supply problem, I suppose. Like, this is not really at the level that I would want it to be. I guess we just need more biochambers here. But for now, we do have everything that we need to start making the agricultural science packs. Now I do need more biochambers, and I can't remember if I already made them somewhere or if I don't, and I'm pretty sure I don't make them anywhere yet. So let me just grab some of these eggs because they are a necessity, and then we'll make some biochambers. Well then, I set up the biolabs for making the agricultural science, and this time I think I really did think of everything. So we have all of our inputs that are being filtered out over here, or at least all the spoilage is being filtered out over here at the top. Let me just grab some of this because it's not going fast enough, but yeah, that's getting rid of that. All of our biolabs have a filter for spoilage as well, and then we have all of our science packs going out on the outside. I am making some of this stuff over here. And that's yeah, okay, so here we need a filter as well. I guess I did not quite think of everything. But yeah, we're getting there for sure. Alright, so we're going to go underground like so, and then we're going to bring this out over here to join this belt that's going down. Alright, and now at this point this should run indefinitely, bringing up fresh nutrients. This stuff is going up here indefinitely, and the only thing that is limiting us right now is pentapod eggs, which is why is all of this nutrients now? We just need nutrients and pentapod eggs. I guess we ran out of pentapod eggs, right, because we just used them all. So we need a filter, and this was set to how many? Over 25, and I guess we would need to filter these out as well. So we're going to hook these up with green wires, right, and we're going to enable and disable this based on pentapod eggs when this is only over 20. Right, and then this should work. And this is read all belts. That is something that we do need to set. Alright, so then this should work, but of course now we need fresh pentapod eggs because this is not working. Alright, and so we also get some spoilage in here, of course, which is being burned in this tower. And I'm going to war. I'm going to find some eggs to put back into the system. And that was relatively fast and painless, and we are now once again producing pentapod eggs. And I think at this point it should run indefinitely because these things will not activate unless we have more than 20. And the burner here is not going to activate unless we have more than 25, which honestly should probably never happen because these ones should take them off. And that, I guess, will only happen if this completely backs up, which honestly, I don't really see that happening. I might be wrong. I will probably be wrong, but yeah. Anyway, these science packs now will last, I think, 1 hour. So yeah, we need to make sure that we get them off the planet as soon as possible. And for that, I'm going to turn off all of these things. We're going to trash all the unrequested so the robots can empty my pockets, because I did put some robo ports down over here. And then we're going to set up the Gleba rocket. So here we're going to see, we're going to do an item count of agricultural science packs being over, and I think this is the one over 1000 or equals 1000. And we're going to do a circuit condition, which is going to be for the liquids and all of that. You've seen this before, so I'll just hurry this up. And with all of that set up, I think it is time we get off of this planet, because I think we have fixed all the things that we needed to fix for right now. We have basic defenses for our farms. We have all of these things running pretty much indefinitely because I think at this point, yeah, we definitely did take everything into account. And yeah, we just have problems with enough spoilage. But in the meantime, I have arrived on the Gleba platform. And I'm going to drop to the planet of Navis. That is going to be the first thing. Of course, we're not flying yet. But yeah, maybe, because we are making a lot of nutrients up over here, we could also send some of those nutrients down over here. We can do that from a distance, of course, which is really nice. But then the puzzle remains of how to get there. I guess we'll go through here. And like so. And then we'll yeah, we need to get a splitter up in here somehow. I don't know quite where yet. Yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out. Well, I made it back to Fulgora. The robots are resupplying me really fast from our chest over here. And we are almost ready to go fix a problem. So we are probably going to have to get into some more scrap mining facilities. We do have this one over here. But I guess, or maybe we just need another train, but we'll figure something out. Over here we are running into a problem because this belt is backed up with green circuits, so we need to break that down a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and set up some recyclers over here. We're going to filter out some green circuits, but green circuits only. We're going to break them down into their respective parts. Yeah, this is what we need. So I'll set it up and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is breaking down the green circuits over here. This is endlessly destroying the iron plates, and this is bringing the copper cables over here, which is where we needed a bigger supply of copper plates anyway. Now we only have the one train with this stuff, so that is interesting because we are going to have to reuse this for something else. We're going to cut this off like so. We're going to use this for plastics. So we're going to make another train with a single wagon, and we're going to fill that up with plastics. Right, so we're going to go ahead and set this filter. We need a wagon, which I also already made. Let me just actually make that over here so that it doesn't immediately get filled up, because we do need to set filters here. Otherwise we're going to be in trouble, because it's going to immediately fill up this stuff with things that we don't want it to. Now I'm going to have to wait for a train to grab some fuel, and then I'll stop destroying this stuff over here, and we'll start bringing this in up top, which is another little question, but it's not that difficult. We can get it up there, no problem. Alright, so that is set up. We're going to set this to automatic. It's going to go here to pick up this stuff until it has a certain amount. Then it's going to go to the science material drop off, and we're just going to go there really quick right now, because I'll show you the next problem that I've been having to deal with for quite some time. And here we are. We're not getting enough plastic of any kind, and as a result of that we were not making our superconductors, and as a result of that yeah, we were not making our, what is this called, supercapacitors, and because of that we were not making our science over here, because they rely on the supercapacitors, and because we're not making any of those things, we're not researching anything. So that is a huge bottleneck, that is a problem. Meanwhile though, in Gleba we Right, we need to set up something for that. So we're going to hold on. We're going to set this. We're going to have a filter for that because yeah, of course we need to have a filter for that. And then for now we'll just dump it into a steel chest. I'm not sure if we have a steel chest over there. I guess not. Purple chest would be better. Do we have a purple chest? No, we do not. Oh god, do we have an iron chest? No, we do not. Do we have a wooden chest? Yes, we do. Alright, so we'll dump it in a wooden chest for now. Unfortunately, this is probably going to back up quite quickly. We are very close to having the science that we need. And then we're going to send up a rocket. And that is going to go to Navis. I already set up this system, by the way, so we have an extension. I have put a bunch of cargo bays over to the side, and we can actually unload from the cargo bays as well. So I have these fast transport belts over here. It's going to be dumped into this chest, and then it's going to go into the train, and it's going to be brought up to our science facility. And of course all of this is going to have to be upgraded. Yeah, I guess there's no better way to do it than just do it like this, except yeah, it's also going to do all of the arms, which is not really necessary, but we'll do it anyway. And then we'll upgrade this as well. Alright. Perfect. And now we're out of power. It's always something. There's never enough of anything. The factory must grow. Alright, I guess we need some more lightning poles over here, lightning rods. But yeah, that's fine. I'll set that up and then I'll be right back. And I guess I was wrong. We cannot get materials out of this thing. Or out of the cargo base. We have to get it from the cargo landing pad, which is honestly a little bit annoying, because this just increases the size of stuff that we can store. But we now have access to the belt, or to the science packs. They're going to be loaded onto the train. The train arrives just in time. That is perfect. Ooh, okay, that's okay. We'll put it to manual for now, so that now that it's right here, we can actually set this up properly, because I had some things set up that I was not quite aware of. We'll set it automatic. We'll go back to the science pickup, and it's going to do a quick little loop so that it's going to pick up our science materials. And then I guess we should research something with that green science. Carbon fiber, what do we need that for? Yumiko mesh and carbon. And I guess we are going to use it for something, but captivity, ooh, that could be interesting. A robot capsule shot from a bazooka injects a dose of yeah, whatever that was called again, into the spawner, capturing it. With regular doses of that stuff, the spawner will remain captured. That is really interesting, huh? That is really, really interesting. Can also do advanced asteroid processing, or we can do mining productivity. Or actually, that is something that we could do right now. We don't need that for it. Efficiency modules free, or tree seeding, and that is going to go to fish breeding. Collect tree seeds and plant them on grass or dirt. You know what? Let's go with that one, because why not, right? We'll get rid of this one, that one, that one, and that one, and then we'll move that towards the rear. And then we'll start researching tree seeding. Meanwhile, the problems here are not completely solved. We need more accumulators. I'm going to go ahead and pick some up. And yeah, we still run into train congestion issues as well, unfortunately, but there's not much I can do about that because we have limited space to work with. So that is just kind of what it is, I suppose. Yeah, I'll be right back again. And we have a new achievement. That is nice. Meanwhile, I'm trying to kind of fix my congestion issues here a little bit by making another roundabout thingy, or at least, yeah, I'm trying to set it up in such a way that we can fit some more trains in here, because this roundabout is kind of killing the flow of trains a little bit. And how is this? This is going down that way, which is weird because trains are going this way, right? No train is able to go down here, so there's no point in having this. So we can get rid of that one, I suppose. Get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of this. We'll get rid of that one and that one. And then that one can go away because that is pointless. Right, we'll put another thing in here. I suppose this one needs to be right there. This one can be like that. We'll put like that one like that. And so we go on and on. You know, fixing little problems here and there. Ooh. Alright, that's no problem. Alright, I'll just continue building up my infrastructure on this little island for the accumulators because we need more power, and I am building a few more things for that. With that research done, we're moving on to fish breeding and carbon fiber, because this one doesn't really matter when we finish it, but we have a priority on the agricultural science packs because they are going to spoil. And that reminds me, yeah, now on Nauvis, of course, towards our science, we need spoilage. We need something to take out all the bad stuff. So yeah, that is being taken out over here. I guess we'll start with this spoilage. And we're going to put some active provided chests. Well, actually no, let's just put red chests instead. And then we're going to go ahead and copy this. And we're going to paste that along a bunch of these spots. So we're going to go this down the center one. Like, yeah, that's going to basically not be possible for a long time, huh? I guess we'll do another one there, and then we're going to have to end up somewhere on this side. Yeah, here it's in the center. There's already some spoilage here. This is going to be at the end. And then we're going to have to go underground with that one. And then we'll put this stuff down here. And then that should help. Look at how much is already spoiled. That's crazy. That is going to take some time, huh? Alright, well, this one has power and that one is going to have power as well. So that's going to take care of that. And now we just need to get rid of this later, but we'll just have to get recyclers down over on that side or something. I'm not entirely sure. We'll figure something out. We can burn it as well, just as a solid fuel, I guess. So there is that. Alright, so I'm going to continue putting down some of these lightning collectors here and there, just so that we have more chance of lightning being picked up. Now it's not just for protective measurements anymore. It's also just to make sure that we do just get enough power coming in on this island. So yeah, continue doing that. In the meantime, I also set up a little outpost over here on this small little island, but this contains 23 million scrap, which is really good. Even better, it is pretty close to our recycling center over here, and it can just go endlessly in this little loop that I made. So it doesn't really bother the congestion of the rest of the map too much. But for now, we've been playing for quite some time, and it's, yeah, about time we put a cut in here, I would say. So thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more, and I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.